Hey Peaches, what's up? So today we're doing something fun and different. I just received a package in the mail from ColourPop. I did a huge order from them. Well, not huge, but pretty significant. And so I got a lot of new shadows and I was just dying. Like when I ordered them, I already had this look in mind. So I hope that you guys enjoy this. What I am thinking that this is basically like a mermaid kind of glowy, dewy, just look. Basically, this look is pretty easy. It just requires a lot of blending because if you guys have never worked with ColourPop eyeshadows, the formulation of them is so that you can use your fingers with them, so they're pretty like cushiony. So of course if you're using a brush, they're a little bit more harder to manipulate in the way that you want to. But hopefully you guys enjoy this. Hopefully you guys can kind of recreate this at home if you're interested, or if you guys have some ColourPop shadows that you try to look on and you really like it, tag me on Instagram and I'll be sure to check those out. Just tag Sarah Loves Makeup. My Instagram name is Sarah the Cosmetologist, but regardless. So let's go ahead and jump into this look. Okay, so a few things that we're going to cover before this gets started is my air conditioning is broken in my house and I am dying over here. So hopefully my foundation and everything doesn't just melt off before this video is over. Also, I was testing some things on my arm because all of the ColourPop eyeshadows that I use in this I just got in the mail today, plus a few more. So if you guys notice any of that, sorry. The other thing is one of my lights just blew before I started this video, so I just used a light bulb that I have here and it's not exactly the right one to use, so I'm hoping that it's not going to make too much of a difference on you guys, but if it does, I'm really sorry. I haven't had those blow before, so I'm not sure what kind of light bulb to get other than what I already have, so we'll see. So first I'm just going to start by using my Morphe. This is my 350M, so that's the matte palette, and I'll show you guys which colors I'm going to use. Basically I'm just using some basic shadows, so you can kind of replicate this however you need to. The first one I'm going to use is this one right here. So it's just a tan, like good transition color, if you guys can see. Then I'm going to use a darker brown down here. I'm actually going to do two different ones, so I'll show you guys. I'm going to start with this little tan one here, and then I'm going to use the darker one down here. Really, I feel like that is more individualized based on your skin tone instead of like this exact color. Like those I'm just using because I think that they transition these other colors kind of nicely to my skin tone, so just use whatever's comfortable for you. So to start off, I'm just going to prime my eye over here with my Too Faced Shadow Insurance Primer. I also forgot to mention I'm just going to start with the lightest color in this palette, which is this one here. It looks kind of white on camera, but it's more of a cream color. And again, the only reason I'm using that after I put my primer down is to make sure that my other colors go on a little bit smoother. Okay, so I'm going to start with that transition color first. I'm going to do things in a little bit of an odd order because I am going to be using a NYX cream eye pencil. What are these called? Jumbo eye pencil, but it's a crayon. In Milk. I'm going to use that over the shadow I just laid down, but don't worry, it'll all work out. So now I'm just going to start with that transition color in my crease, and I am going to take this kind of all the way down because we're going to have color a little bit everywhere here, and I just feel like that makes, especially since I use this color in the inner corner, everything look a little nicer over in that region. Now that I have that laid down, I'm going to go in with my NYX eye pencil. Again, this is in Milk, and I'm just going to basically focus this on my lid. And what I like to do is just put a little bit like that down and then work it around so it isn't too heavy anywhere. So now that I have that laid down, I'm going to go in with my first ColourPop eyeshadow. So this one was the only one I was mildly disappointed when I opened it because the entire like color itself, I don't know, the little pressed part of it just was completely in the lid, like it had fallen out. But that's fine, it still works. It's very super pretty, incredibly pigmented, and I love how when you're looking at this, it takes on a different look at every single angle. So this is the color Too Shy. I'm going to take this little brush that's actually for concealing from Bare Minerals and get a little bit of that color on there. And I'm just going to start pressing that on. If you guys know about ColourPop, basically their formulation is designed so that you can use this mainly with your fingers, like it applies better that way. So if you use a brush, I feel like a concealer brush kind of makes it go on a little smoother. So I'm just really slowly working that around so that I don't have too much pigmentation anywhere, and so that I also am not raking that color back off of my eyelid. I'm I'm not focusing a lot of that color on the outer corner though, just because I'm going to go in with another ColourPop shadow over there, and I don't want to overlap these two. Okay, so now I'm going to go in back with my Morphe 3.5 matte and take the first of the two darker colors, so that kind of tannish color, and work that into my crease, and then I'm going to go in with the darker color over top of that and focus on the outer part of my crease. So now I'm going to go back in with the darker color for the crease now that I have that one blended out. Not for the crease, for the corner, sorry. So now I'm going to go in with a color again from ColourPop. This is Luckfully. It is absolutely gorgeous. Another blue. This one's a lot darker than the first one that we used though. And it has a little bit of a greenish type of pigment to it as well. And I'm just going to focus this on mostly the outer corner and kind of over that other brown we just put down. So when you're pretty much satisfied with that, I did have to do a few touch-ups to this one after I finished everything, so don't stress about it too much. Now I'm going to go back in with that transition color and a little tiny brush to do underneath my eye, and then I'm going to use one more ColourPop shadow. So I'm going to go in with this last one called Fantasy. So in the pan it looks super purple, but actually when you get it on it's a lot more pink. Let me do a little finger swatch for you guys. So if you can tell, this one definitely looks like a pink, this definitely looks like a purple, but it's the same color, so that's totally okay. We're going to use a little bit of this underneath our eye. So I said that was our last ColourPop eyeshadow. I totally forgot about this last step. So this is Bay, and this was the one I was pretty much most excited about getting. Let me do another little swatch here for you guys. So that is it on my finger. This is it in pan. I thought it was going to be a lot more green than what it actually is, but it is still super pretty. So I'm going to take the same little brush and put a little bit of that underneath my eye as well. I'm basically using this like I would a liner because I'm not going to do any lining underneath my eye. So this is just going to be my technique to smoke it out under there. Okay, so right now I'm just going to line my eyes like I basically normally do. I'm going to do a wing, and then I'm going to use my Ardell Demi Wispies on top, and then just do a little bit of mascara on my lower lashes, and then I'm going to be right back to finish everything up. Okay, so to finish up my eye, all I did was go in with a little bit of shimmer for the inner corner from my 3.5 Shimmer palette from Morphe, and that is basically it for eyes. So for the rest of the face, I'm going to take my Milani blush in Romantic Rose, which I just did a all Milani, what am I trying to say? I just did a one brand tutorial featuring Milani, and I do believe I used this in there, so I'm just going to take a little bit of that. Now for a highlight, I'm going to use my Physicians Formula one. This is in Translucent Pearl. It's a powder palette, Mineral Glow Pearls. So I heard about this, I think, from Candy Johnson. The inside of it just looks like this. It has these little pearls on it, and then on the outside it has a little pearl on the container too. I have been in love with using this. So what I'm going to do for this is actually use a contouring brush to get more of that product on there. And I'm just going to apply that to the tops of my cheeks and to my temple. To finish things up, I'm going to do something a little bit dramatic. I'm going to use my Lorac lipstick in Free Spirit. So let me show you guys what that looks like. So I have two lip liners. One's from Milani, and it is all natural, and the other one is from Jordana, and it's called Rock and Rose. I'm not sure which one I should go in with. This is the Milani, and this is the Jordana. I'm going to start with the Milani because it's a little bit lighter. This one looks more purpley though, so I might go over that with that one if I need to darken things up. So I definitely think that if you didn't want to go like all out on the lips, this is a perfect option. what I do is just line with a lip liner close to my natural lip color, and then I just kind of blot it in so that the plumping that I do, or the overlining, doesn't actually look overline. It just looks kind of like melty, if that makes sense, into my skin. So let's go in with this Lorac color. I hope this is a good idea. Okay, so that is with the purple lips. Now what I think I'm going to do is take ColourPop's Vice, which just looks like this. It's a nice nudie pink, and put some of that in the middle of my lip and see if that can kind of complete this for me. So I just finished up my lips with a little bit of gloss over top of them because I wanted this look to be kind of more like shimmery and dewy and almost wet looking all over. So I just put some Milani, what is this called? It's a Moisture Lock Coconut Oil Infused Lip Treatment. That pretty much completes this look. I'm going to go ahead and fix my hair and I'll be right back. Okay, so that's it for this look. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I just kind of was playing around today and trying to have a little bit of fun with some new colors. So if you guys have any of the ColourPop eyeshadows that you think that I should have, I did get a couple more that I have on my Instagram right now, that I did my whole haul, like pick haul, what's it called? I don't know. Anyways, it's on my Instagram. If you guys are not following me there, you should be, to keep up to date with me there, Twitter and Snapchat also. So until I see you guys next time, don't forget that you suggest and I do my best. See you soon. Bye.